Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker Podcast. Today, brought to you by Boss Shot Shells. Today is the 25th, and I'm Jeff Stanfield. And are you ready, Andy?
I am.
Okay. This gentleman was one of two people, and you're not going to know his name, so I'm just going to tell you his name. His name's Kenneth Taylor.
You're right, I don't.
And he was a newly minted second lieutenant in the U.S. Army Air Corps, 47th Pursuit Squadron. And he was at Wheeler Army Airfield in Honolulu, Hawaii in April of 41. Him and another gentleman named George Welch were only two of a very few that actually got their planes in the air on December 7th, 1941. They were coming home they'd been to a party all night. And they were at a poker game, and they just got done. They wanted to go do a morning swim, been staying up all night. And they got word of what was going on in Pearl Harbor. They drove their car 100 miles an hour.
Ooh.
They'd called at a payphone when they were leaving and said, hey, get our planes ready to go. And they pulled up at Wheeler Fields. And Hickman and Wheeler, both of them had been destroyed or damaged, but they were able to, so they leaped into action. Without orders, Taylor called Hallowea and commanded the ground crew to prepare the Curtiss P-40 Tomahawks for takeoff. Meanwhile, Welch ran to get Taylor's new Buick, still wearing their tuxedo pants from the night before. The two pilots drove the 11 miles to Hallowea, reaching speeds of 100 miles an hour along the way. At the airstrip, Welch and Taylor jumped into their P-40s, which by that time had been fueled but not fully armed. They attracted Japanese fire immediately after taking off, facing off virtually alone against some 200 to 300 enemy aircraft. When they ran out of ammunition, they returned to Wheeler to reload. As senior officers ordered the pilots to stay on the ground, the second wave of Japanese raiders flew in, scattering the crowd. Taylor and Welch took off again in the midst of a swarm of enemy planes. Though Welch's machine guns were disconnected, he fired his .30 caliber guns, destroying two Japanese planes on the first sortie. On the second, with his plane heavily damaged by gunfire, he shot down two more enemy aircraft. A bullet pierced the canopy of Taylor's plane, hitting his arm and sending shrapnel into his leg. But he managed to shoot down at least two Japanese planes and perhaps more. He was officially credited with 2 kills, Welch with 4. Welch and Taylor were among only 5 Air Force pilots who managed to get their planes off the ground and engage the Japanese that morning. Total American aircraft losses at Pearl Harbor were estimated at 188 planes, 159 more damaged, while the Japanese lost just 29 planes. Welch and Taylor received the Distinguished Service Cross, becoming the first to be awarded the distinction in World War II. Anyways, Mr. Taylor died in Phoenix, Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, at the age of 86 in 2006 on today. So God bless Mr. Taylor for what he did. My person who was born today was the coach of my favorite NFL team.
Joe Gibbs.
Joe Gibbs. What an interesting guy. He began his coaching career in 1964, coaching offensive linemen under Don Coryell for the San Diego State Aztecs football team. He served 2 years at Florida State, USC, and Arkansas. Gibbs then advanced to the National Football League, hired as the offensive backfield coach for the Cardinals, 73 and 77, to coach under Coryell, who had been named head coach. After a season as offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers under former USC coach John McKay, Gibbs replaced Coryell with the San Diego Chargers. While in Tampa, Gibbs developed a reputation as leading pioneer for championing black quarterbacks. He went to Tampa Bay, and he was coaching there, and he told them to draft Doug Williams.
Really?
Everybody wanted the quarterback to be Pittsburgh's quarterback was a guy named Guy Benjamin. You've never heard of him, have you?
Nope.
Or Doug Williams. Or you could take Matt Cavanaugh, who led Pitt. Guy Benjamin was at Stanford. Matt Cavanaugh did play in the NFL for a little bit. Anyways, Doug Williams is who Tampa Bay drafted. Joe Gibbs goes to Washington. He wins 3 Super Bowls at Washington. His last Super Bowl he won at Washington, Doug Williams from Grambling came over. They'd signed him. He'd become a Redskin. They won a Super Bowl with him. Joe Gibbs then got into the NASCAR game, has won national champions at NASCAR. Joe Gibbs Racing was created in 1992, a year before he retired from the NFL. The first driver of his team was Dale Jarrett with the sponsor Interstate Batteries and the number 18. His son J.D. Gibbs was president of Joe Gibbs Racing and oversaw daily operations of each team. Died in a plane crash on January 11th, 2019. Denny Hamlin won on January 11th. Denny Hamlin won the Daytona 500 that February 17th and dedicated it to him. But anyways, Joe Gibbs is a great coach. He was a great civil rights guy, a good dude, and he was a coach of the Redskins and won 3 Super Bowls. Now, my event that took place today was the first time. It was on November 25th, 1979. Mm-hmm. Guy broadcasted a football game.
Okay.
Do you know who it would be?
A guy broadcasted a football game?
2 guys broadcast a football game.
John Madden, Pat Somewhere?
Greatest, Pat Summerall. Greatest broadcasting duo ever. Mm-hmm. A lot better than Chris Collinsworth and anybody. Mm. And a lot better than Joe Buck and Troy Aikman.
You're not a fan?
And they're okay, but they're not. John Madden was really good. I mean, him and Pat Summerall are very good. Started out, John Madden had a 5-game contract. He did 5 games, called it. Was not really, really good. Pat Summerall worked with Tom Brookshire. Brookshire had a family commitment and couldn't get in, so they had John Madden call with him, and it became the greatest duo ever. So John Madden passed away. He retired from coaching, got into CBS that year, was an amazing broadcaster, made more money off of Madden on football than he ever did broadcasting, was a very successful man. But anyways, on November 25th, it was the first time that they called a game.
I was just a kid when he went off the air, so I can't really debate you.
He was good.
I heard some games, but I don't remember any of them.
What do you think was the first game that they did?
Did he get the Raiders in his first game? He didn't? Give me Packers-Browns.
Minnesota Vikings and Tampa Bay.
Oh.
Have no idea why that was one, but that's what they called. Anyways, thank y'all for listening to. Y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We will not have another today until next week. We're taking off for Thanksgiving.
No, I got mine.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Okay, well, never mind. We have one more. Thank you. God bless y'all. Appreciate you listening. Peace. Bye.